all the offerings towards Sangha, Buddhas, let there be shared to all beings, because there are so many beings remaining here, the non-humans. So by sharing the merits to them from all the offerings towards the graces, it will help them release some kind of mental sufferings. Proceed with that which has nothing to do with regarding or disregarding. Let's purify through the extinction as helping simultaneously. Over here, there are ancient villages in the samurai era. All the cities, towns, they have been destroyed in the past. There are a lot of them. They have been burned and destroyed. And the non-humans still remaining here, they still feel the burnt and all these unbearable feelings. We need to share the offering that we have offered with all types of medicines for burnt. Share to all the non-humans who have been suffering, including the clothes that we have offered, that we have offered to the graces. May it be shared, or the merits be shared, and including those who have lost their arms or legs, share to them all the merits of offering the Buddha images, Buddha statues. Mental sufferings. Proceed with that which has nothing to do with engaging or disengaging, helping through purification of the extinction for mental sufferings. That which has nothing to do with engaging or disengaging, simultaneously with looking and seeing for all the body and mind that exist already. That which has nothing to do with engaging or disengaging fully, which means that it is beyond having the body or not, having the mind or not, beyond looking, seeing and knowing. Body and mind already exist, but it has to be beyond body and mind, beyond the existing body and mind at the present, beyond the existing of knowing or not knowing, seeing or not seeing. Then it will turn into the purification of the extinction for the non-humans here. Blessing all, whether they are the ordained samurai who remaining here, those are the ones with great blessed fortune, but they use their great blessed fortune in the way of creating karma towards one another. They are stuck there. It is not in the way of shining out for the beings. That's why there are so many karma creation in the physical world and samsara. Each lifetime we have to bless beings. Don't be dwelling within oneself for the sake of oneself, to dwell within oneself temporarily. Oneself is also temporary. The life is temporary. Body mind is temporary. If you are stuck with it, it will become delay, not temporary. It will circling in the karmic difficulties for eons of times, circling in difficulty on and on, creating and paying back karma on and on. That is a delay for eons of times. When it's gonna be brightening for the beings, for samsara. When all those with great fortune shining through for samsara, being obsessed with one's lifetime, oneself. Therefore, Luangพ่อ has to lead us for blessing constantly. This time, Luangพ่อ was born not as kings because it has to be renounced from all these thrones. Otherwise, those with great fortune don't follow, to give up, always competing to get, to obtain, to gain. This era has to be renouncing, planning for renunciation, how to be born has been set up since before being born, how to lead each other in the way of renunciation. Otherwise, all the blessed fortunes, great blessed fortunes, Buddha seeds, embodiment of the great perfections, will be stuck with a delay, being stuck with a delay, coming down and be stuck, fixated to oneself. That is beginning to be delayed for eons of times. Therefore, it's delay for the essence of the noble truth, unable to cut through for the beings, for their deluded knowing, because one still fixated to one's own knowing, fixated to oneself, on and on. That's a delay. That's why there is the word delay. When one passing on the teaching to be fixated like oneself, this is called satanic. Teaching others to circle within oneself like oneself, that is bad. Everything is temporary forming up. So let there be no delay. Temporariness, but not be deluded, to root down with the delusive attachment with anything, to be deludedly overlaying, to be fixated to such a thing, because it's going to be a delay, because one has to be paid back with such karmic difficulties for eons of times, until one is able to help cut through deluded knowing for the beings. Such a delay will prolong oneself from the noble truth. Liking the rocks, liking the trees, will be born in the rocks and the trees. That's why it's a delay. Cannot like anything because one will be born in such a thing. How can that not become a delay? Circling to be born in such realms of existence, in whatever one likes. When one likes what one construct of pagoda, one will be born at the pagoda for how many lifetimes? If one likes so much, one will become an angel watching out that place for so long. That's why it's called a delay. because it's delayed for eons of times until one can get out of that place. Liking the Buddha image, Buddha statue, one will turn into an angel watching out that statue, becoming an angel that unmoving away, unable to move away from that place because of liking, guarding that place on and on. The same as all beings normally, liking the river, liking the forest, liking the mountains, the creeks. When they are die, they will be stuck there, will be born there, or being stuck after death wherever they like, where they like. They are fated there, like those travelers, deludedly liking those places that they went to visit. After death, even died at home, but the spirit will be fated in the places that they like, becoming angels where they like. You see, from temporariness turning into a delay because of fixated to the temporariness. Life, body, mind is temporary existing, forming up temporarily. The mind, even formed up, is also temporarily. All the fixation to the temporariness turning into a delay. Instead of temporarily and bygone, discarding its temporariness. When there is a fixation, it cannot be bygone. Therefore, it's a delay. From temporariness turning into years of prolonging. For eons of times. You see, the spirits are fated because of their liking to the jewelries, liking, becoming spirit in those rings, in those jewelries, you see. That's why you need to be led to sacrifice so that you can be away from whatever you like, liking and liking, leading to bliss constantly. Even you give me the whole earth, the whole globe, I even don't want it. Don't know for what. Just to have the eye is already exhausted. Why wanting anything else? It's already exhausting to have the eye here. However, because there is great compassion for the beings, Luang Por has to form up again and again the body mind, not to discard and cut and escape. This is to help purify through the extinction and emptiness, not by escaping through the emptiness. Because samsara is still the cause, the great compassion has to be formed up. The origin, the true origin doesn't come from the desire. It is the foundation of the great compassion of the Mahabuddhas. It is from the great compassion. Therefore, it's impossible to be stuck with just liberating or not. It has to be balanced with samsara, liberation as helping through liberation. There might be the wish to liberate from suffering at times when there is no refinement with deluded knowing, because still amidst the suffering of the beings, therefore it creates boredom. But now there is no such a wishes to liberate from suffering at all. It is the essence that to help. There is no such a wish for enlightenment like the worldly belief values. For Luang Por, it has nothing to do with Nibbana or not, enlightenment or not. This is automatic. For Luang Por, it has nothing to do with liberated or not. Only thing is just for samsara, bless and purify right away.